Hello and welcome back to WWE 2K20 Universe Mode, and we are here starting things off with our General Manager, the Animal Batista. Of course, last week we finished off Monday Night Raw with Batista and Randy Orton dropping Baron Corbin in the middle of the ring, and I'm sure that is what Batista is going to be out here to talk about today. But let's find out what the GM has to say to us at the beginning of Monday Night Raw. Corbin, I've had enough of you. This is my show. This is not your show. I run this place. I am in charge here. I am the general manager of this place, and I am done with how you've been messing around, attacking people left, right and centre. It is not okay, and I want you gone. You heard me right. I want you gone from Monday Night Raw. And I am willing to put my own position on the line to get rid of you, Baron Corbin. I'm challenging you. No, I'm not challenging you. You don't have a choice in this. I'm in charge here, not you. You will face me inside Hell in a Cell. You will face me at Summerslam one-on-one inside the Hell in a Cell. My career? Sure, I don't care. I'll put it on the line. Versus you, your career, here on Monday Night Raw. Got it? You got it, Baron? After SummerSlam, you will have no place here on Raw anymore. And just for tonight, just to get us warmed up for that action, I will be having myself a little bit of an open challenge here tonight. Anyone on the back who wishes to, well, prove something here on Monday Night Raw, wants to get a better position on the card, then you can feel free to come on out and challenge me, and I will take you on right now. But before that, I do have a tiny bit of paperwork to do. AJ Styles has requested there to be a block challenge here tonight, so that he can prove himself against Aleister Black, prove that he is best than Aleister Black. And I have given permission for this. AJ will be choosing the opponent for both of them to be facing when we beat the clock tonight. But I'm done now. Give me someone to fight. Someone get out here right now. Bold words from Batista. Now we know at SummerSlam it will be Batista versus Baron Corbin in a Hell in a Cell match. Career versus career. But it looks like one member of Moustache Mountain will be coming out to go and face Batista here tonight. I wonder which one it's going to be. Will it be Tyler Bate? Will it be Trent Seven? Well, there you go. There it is. It is Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate is the man who has answered Batista's challenge here tonight. What a big move for Tyler Bate. And Meg, of course, he has been looking for some opportunities here on Monday Night Raw, and he has become very, very close to picking up some big victories. But alas, it has not really worked out for him too well. He's always been on the losing end in tag team matches, but he has worked very, very hard to try and prove something. To try and prove that he can hold his own here in Universe Mode. And well, if he can beat our GM here tonight, that would surely mean something. That would be a big upset. And you can see Randy Orton has now decided to join Batista at ringside. Of course, Randy Orton is now seemingly on the same page as Batista. Not surprisingly, they have quite a lot of history together. Oh, big boot straight away. Batista still wearing his jeans and his dress shoes, not even dressed to actually have a match right now. This probably shows how he isn't really taking this very seriously, to be honest. But as I was saying, Randy Orton now at ringside. They've teamed back up together. Randy Orton supporting the general manager of Monday Night Raw. You have to wonder with Randy whether it's just for his own needs, or whether he is genuinely just supporting his old buddy Batista. Or whether it's just Randy Orton wanting to try and get himself somewhere better on the card. Try and get himself back up to that WWE Championship scene once again. Obviously he did lose to AJ Styles. Well, he's seeing a big reversal there from Tyler Bate. Managing to catch Batista, putting him down. This is the first real bit of offense Tyler Bate has gotten in this match. Batista very much dominating this one. You can see the size difference between these two men. And now Tyler trying to go for a reverse camel clutch there. But no, not working out for him on that one. Batista definitely with the strength advantage in this one. As much as Tyler Bate is deceptively strong, of course he looks like he's nothing, but he can pick up something double his weight. He's ridiculous. He has a ridiculous amount of strength. But it's difficult when you're going up against someone who is so much bigger than you, so much wider, so much stronger. It's a very different body type that Batista has compared to Tyler Bate, and you can just see the difference in the ring. It's not really it doesn't look good for Tyler, let's be honest. A big running power slam there from Batista, taking down Tyler Bate, taking him down to the mat. Of course, Bate would love to get this victory. It would mean a big deal for him here in Universe. Made his first win against the general manager of Monday Night Raw. That would be a wild, wild time. I'm sure, to be honest, Pete Dunne and Trent Seven would be quite jealous if he could do that, but at the moment they're probably watching being like, yeah, I'm glad we didn't tape this match ourselves, to be honest. This is not going very well for him. Batista just utterly controlling this. Tyler Bate getting the occasional bit of offense, like just there, he just managed to get that tiny bit of offense, but I don't think it's going to last very long. Batista really controlling this. One. Not even a 2 count there for Tyler Bate. Shows the amount of damage that Bate has done himself. Big kick, another huge lariat there from Batista. This really is a sign to Baron Corbin as to what to expect at SummerSlam. And a spear from Batista, and that's got to be it. I know he's pulling him over, we know what this is. There you go. That is it for Tyler Bate in this one. Batista getting him up for the Batista bomb. And of course, Baron Corbin knows what it's like to take a Batista bomb. Took quite a few of them last week. 2, 3. Batista looking strong going into SummerSlam, where he's put his career on the line to try and get rid of Baron Corbin from Monday Night Raw. And well, it's looking good for Batista so far into that match. But, a big victory over Tyler Bate, and of course last week he managed to give Baron Corbin a taste of his own medicine, taking out Corbin with the Batista bomb post his match with the WWE Champion Sami Zayn. Of course, talking about Sami Zayn, he will be in action in our main event here tonight. He will be going up against Jinder Mahal in our main event here tonight, and you have to wonder how that one's going to go. Probably more likely Sami will pick up the victory in that one. It is more Jinder Mahal hasn't necessarily had too much opportunity here on Raw, but you never know, he could get a big upset victory, but that will be our main event here tonight. But next up, we will be having a number 1 contenders match for the Women's Championship. But for now, Batista standing tall to end this segment here and opening Raw with a bang, setting up SummerSlam already. But let's get to this triple threat match to determine the number 1 contender for the Raw Women's Championship. Starting things off with Rhea Ripley trying to get herself another opportunity to face for that Raw Women's Championship. Of course, it didn't go her way at Extreme Rules. Sadly, it did not work out for her. But she did come quite close, and actually the Extreme Rules and the Extreme Rules stipulation seems to be the thing that kind of got in her way the most, to be honest. And maybe in a regular one-on-one match, Rhea Ripley could do it herself. She could potentially pick up that huge victory of Becky Lynch and become the Raw Women's Champion, but this is a big opportunity for her tonight, trying to get back in that position. But she has some tough competition to go through tonight, including this woman right here, Charlotte Flair, of course. Kind of a loss from last week in the tag team match against Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, Miss Money in the Bank, but she was not pinned in that match. And she is, of course, before Extreme Rules, coming off a huge victory over Miss Money in the Bank. The first person to pin Miss Money in the Bank, Shayna Baszler, is Charlotte Flair. So she is definitely in a very good position to be able to take this title from Becky Lynch. And honestly, I think she's the woman who I think is going to win this match. She probably has the biggest chance. She is the biggest star in this match, I would say. But we don't know. Triple threat match. She doesn't have to get pinned or submitted. It's a very interesting beast, the triple threat match. It makes things a lot less clear cut. And their other opponent here tonight, Sonya Deville, looking for a huge opportunity to raise her stock here in Universe Mode. She has been doing quite well in her recent performances, but she hasn't particularly had too many opportunities here. This is kind of her first major opportunity. Of course, she was in Money in the Bank, but didn't work out for her on that occasion. But apart from that, she is winning. Apart from her Money in the Bank loss, that was the only loss that she's had so far. Sonya Deville looking to come back here tonight and pick up a huge victory to take her to SummerSlam to go and face off against the Raw Women's Champion, Becky Lynch. Of course, it'll be very interesting to see how this one's going to go. Charlotte Flair does have experience with Shayna Baszler, and Sonya Deville is very similar to Baszler. She is from a similar kind of background, similar fighting background, so stylistically they have quite a similar wrestling style. Sonya Deville and Shayna Baszler, I would just say perhaps Shayna's a bit more ruthless with what she's going to do in the ring compared to Sonya Deville. But getting things underway, Sonya taking her Charlotte straight away, and now Rhea Ripley getting Sonya Deville on her shoulders and a big kick to the face there of Sonya Deville. Now Rhea working over Sonya in the corner while Charlotte just watches on. The clever thing to do, let your opponents do all the work while you wait there and just let it happen. It's always good. Charlotte and Rhea Ripley kind of both losing the height advantage they usually have in these kind of matches. They usually have quite a big height and strength advantage compared to their opponents, just given their size and their height. But they kind of balance each other out. Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair both very, very similar in the way they're physically built. Sonya Deville kind of the odd one out in this match in that regard, but that ain't going to stop Sonya Deville from doing a lot of damage to either one of these women. We're getting Sonya up on a big suplex there from Rhea Ripley to Sonya Deville. And now punching down onto Sonya, just raining punches, while again Charlotte waits and takes advantage. Very, very clever stuff from Charlotte Flair in this match. Now Charlotte going for the pinfall. One, far too early in the match to be going for a pinfall right now. There is still a lot more of this match left to go. Big punch there from Charlotte Flair, taking down Rhea Ripley. Big chop as well from Charlotte. And now getting her in a fireman carry position and Drew up and onto that top rope, trying to garrote her neck over those ropes. Now Rhea Ripley just tossing Charlotte across the ring. Of course, after this we will be seeing the first of two. Obviously the next one will be next week, but we'll be starting things off tonight with the Beat the Clock challenge between AJ Styles and Aleister Black. AJ issuing this challenge to try and prove to Black that he is the better man going into potentially the SummerSlam match. Aleister Black hasn't said he's going to accept the match just yet, but I'm sure we probably will get this acceptance. Aleister Black isn't really somebody who's going to run away from a challenge. We'll have to wait and see whether that does get confirmed. AJ Styles and Aleister Black for the United States Championship, but AJ trying to prove something here tonight, and he does get to pick the opponent that both himself and Aleister Black will be taking on in this Beat the Clock challenge. And then in our main event, of course, as I said earlier, we'll be seeing our WWE Champion Sami Zayn in action, taking on Jinder Mahal in our main event. But back to the action at hand here right now. Sonya trying to work over Charlotte, but Charlotte getting that reversal. And now Sonya, the strength of Sonya, is able to pick Charlotte up like that, dead weight. My goodness, and taking down Rhea Ripley with a big running clothesline there. But Charlotte just getting back to her feet, kipping up. I thought Sonya was going to go for the pinfall there, but Rhea Ripley managed to roll out of the ring to avoid any potential pinfalls from going on, and now Charlotte just stretching the back of Sonya Deville. Getting ready, of course, for that submission finish of hers, that figure 8 leg lock, which obviously does mainly work over the legs of the opponent, but it's all connected. Let's be honest, it's all connected, the entire body. If you're trying to rip off the legs, it is going to hurt the back as well. It's going to pull your entire body. Now Rhea Ripley back in the ring, going after Sonya, and a big suplex there from Rhea. Nope, Sonya Deville managing to get out of the way there, managing to prevent Rhea from hitting that big suplex, and now taking Rhea down. But Charlotte Flair was just there behind her, and taking her over, landing on Rhea Ripley as well, doing a bit of extra damage to Rhea at the same time. Now Charlotte's got Rhea on the shoulders and taking her down with a flapjack there. And now, of course, imitating her father, the great Ric Flair, One of the greatest of all times, of course, doing the strut and the woo. Maybe a bit over cocky and overzealous of Charlotte to be acting like that, but the way her dad was, the way she is. Rhea Ripley, I think, was looking for a big move there, but Sonya managed to catch her with a big kick to the face. Only a 2 count there for Sonya Deville. And that's Sonya taking advantage of her downed opponents, both of them down to the middle of the ring. Just raining down punches on Rhea Ripley, and now Charlotte looking to be getting back to her feet, but Sonya has not noticed that this is happening. Never mind, I take it back. Now she has noticed, taking down Charlotte again, and Charlotte rolling out of the ring. Very clever thing to do right now. But Sonya throwing Rhea out of the ring and now showing off that she could do that. That she has just knocked both of these women out of the ring. Sonya surprising me right now. She's really showing a good match right now. Trying to knock both Charlotte and Rhea, forcing them out of the ring. Very impressive indeed from Sonya Deville. And that's Sonya going back to working on Rhea Ripley, putting her in that chokehold, that triangle choke. Is Rhea Ripley going to tap out? Is Rhea going to tap out? No, Charlotte gets there just in time to prevent Rhea from tapping out, but that must have been close for Rhea Ripley. I'm sure she wouldn't have wanted to tap out. So a chokehold like that from Sonya Deville, that would not have been the optimal way for this match to go. Charlotte tried to go for Sonya Deville, but Sonya managing to use her momentum to knock her over the top rope. This match is looking very good for Sonya Deville right now. She is definitely looking the most dominant in this match so far. Surprisingly, she was looking quite weak at the beginning, but now she has really brought it back into this. But Charlotte Flair now getting back onto this, going after the leg of Sonya Deville, continuing to work for that submission, that leg lock. And here it is. She's got it locked in. That is going to be it. Is she going to be able to bridge? Not bridging, interestingly, just going for a figure four itself. Oh no, there you go. Now she's bridged. Now she's bridged up to the figure eight, but Rhea Ripley just there breaking it up. I think she took too long going for that bridge, to be honest. I think that could have been what cost Charlotte right there. One, Rhea Ripley still right there. Not the smartest idea from Charlotte to go for the pinfall right there. But that might have been her opportunity, and Rhea catching Charlotte Flair. Fireman's carrying to the big kick to the side of the face. Oh, big punch there from Charlotte Flair, and then Charlotte really getting on the offense right now, taking Rhea Ripley out of this, while Sonya Deville still out in the middle of the ring, still processing what just happened, I think. And now getting taken down, clothesline, duck under, and another clothesline to Sonya Deville. And I think she was trying to go for the spear there, but Rhea did just catch her, getting her up for that stalling suplex. So much strength of Rhea Ripley to be able to hold her opponent up in the air for such a long amount of time like that. Taking her down to the mat. And now dragging in the middle of the ring. I think she's going to be going for that pinfall. Yes, she is. 1, 2. Oh, Charlotte just kicked out. That was a good opportunity for Rhea Ripley. Sonya Deville wasn't there to break it up. And now Sonya catching Rhea with that big kick to the side of the face. Is that going to be it? 1, 2, 3. Oh my word. Sonya Deville just pinned Rhea Ripley with that roundhouse kick to the side of the face on Ripley. And Sonya Deville is going on to SummerSlam. Not the winner I was expecting, to be honest. But she certainly proved herself in this match. Sonya Deville will be going on to go and face Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's Championship at SummerSlam. What a big, big opportunity for Sonya Deville. My goodness. Getting Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, the woman I thought was going to win this match. Like I said, the magical triple threat, she was not pinned or submitted in that match. But it's still an S. An S? It's still an L on the records. I don't know where I got an S from. It's still an L in the record books for her. But Sonya Deville moving forward to SummerSlam. Matt Hardy, let's hear what he has to say. The Fiend. You took me out. And I have had enough. It is time for me to delete you. I will send you to the other world. I will dispatch of your body and your spirit. But you must come and face me in the middle of the ring. Isn't that right, Brother Nero? Wonderful. Delete. Wow. Interesting. Interesting from Matt Hardy. They're saying he is going to delete the Fiend Bray Wyatt. He's going to remove his being from him, is what it seemed like. And I can now confirm that it will be next week on Monday Night Raw. Our main event, it will be The Fiend versus Matt Hardy. But let's get back to our Beat the Clock challenge right now. AJ Styles, of course, the former WWE champion, got a bit of a chip on his shoulder at the moment. Wanting to prove that he's still just as good. Wanting to prove that he is the best here on Monday Night Raw. Hence why he's decided to go after Aleister Black. They both have a very similar, basically identical win-loss record, to be honest. But the difference is Aleister Black, since being on Raw, hasn't lost. AJ Styles, he has picked up a loss on Raw. He lost his WWE Championship. And AJ wants to prove something. He wants to take away Aleister Black's gold. He wants to prove that he is the better man. But let's see. Who has AJ Styles chosen for this Beat the Clock challenge? Well, that's an interesting choice indeed. Oh my goodness, that's going to be difficult. There's a big, big man to go after. Mark Henry, and it will be the same man for AJ Styles and the same man for Aleister Black next week. Can AJ Styles beat Mark Henry quickly enough to make an impression? It's a very, very bold choice, but maybe AJ does have a plan going into this. Maybe AJ has picked this out on purpose. Maybe he thinks that Black can't beat Henry. He can, I guess. To be honest, Aleister Black has had a better luck against smaller opponents. It's kind of what he's been facing off against. More strong hitters, really, is what he's been going up against. Not necessarily such big guys like Mark Henry, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see how these two guys can stand up against Mark Henry. But AJ Styles, Mark Henry, one-on-one, Beat the Clock challenge, and the clock has started. AJ with a big drop kick to Mark Henry, taking it straight to the big man. Lots and lots of quick, fast punches, trying to take Mark Henry off his feet. But now Mark Henry getting himself back into this, getting down onto AJ Styles, getting some punches back on him, and AJ running straight into him, and he just gets pushed straight down to the ground because of the strength and the size of Mark Henry. But AJ keeping on throwing those fists is probably the best idea for AJ. He needs to keep on doing it. Throwing those fists, throwing those kicks is the best way to continue to damage Mark Henry and keep the pace nice and high. Obviously, AJ needs to do this as quickly as possible if he wants to send a message to Aleister Black. He needs to have as impressive a win as humanly possible. So it's not like Black doesn't hold some strong power in his arsenal. All it takes is one Black Mass and one. Very clever from AJ to just keep going for those roll-ups. It may waste a little bit of time, but if he can manage to get the pinfall from one of those roll-ups, then it works very well for him. He'd get a very quick victory with AJ Styles. Wait a second. Oh, very nice stuff from AJ Styles there. Reverse DDT, dropping him onto the knee of Styles. Now Styles going, posing, maybe taking a bit too much time right there. Slowing down a bit too much, now going for that calf crash to tap out Mark Henry, but Henry's feet in the ropes, not necessarily the smartest thing for AJ Styles to be doing. And now AJ going up, he is calling for that phenomenal forearm right now, looking to end this, and he hits it. Is that going to be, is Henry going to be down for the count, going for the pinfall? 1, 2, no, Mark Henry kicked out. Mark Henry's still in this. AJ Styles could have got a 2-minute victory there. That would have been very impressive indeed. But unfortunately, not working out that way for AJ right now. But he is still on the offense, on top of Mark Henry, trying to do as much damage as possible. Going up to that top rope, potentially looking for a spinal tap. No, just going for a frog splash instead. Now going for the pinfall. 1, 2, 3. Apparently the frog splash was enough. 2 minutes 34 seconds, I believe. My goodness, AJ Styles very, very quick victory from Mark Henry. That phenomenal forearm did a lot of damage, allowing him to be pinned off of that frog splash. Surprisingly, that frog splash, I wouldn't have expected Mark Henry to give up to a move like that. But it worked out that way for AJ Styles, and that is a big time for Aleister Black to beat next week. 2 minutes 34 seconds. Can Aleister Black beat that time next week, or is AJ going to get his little... Well, it's not necessarily a victory over Aleister Black, but I guess in his mind it's going to be a victory. It's going to make him feel a lot better, AJ Styles, wanting to prove something with these beat the clock challenge. Aleister doesn't really care about this. It's AJ's challenge, this beat the clock nonsense. But AJ and the club standing tall here tonight, looking forward to if Aleister Black can prove himself next week, whether he can do what AJ did in less time against the same man, against Mark Henry. So now let's move forward to our main event here tonight. Our WWE Champion is here for our main event. Of course, he will be going one-on-one with Jinder Mahal in the main event here this evening. Let's go, Sami. Well, Sami coming off a big victory last week, defeating Baron Corbin, the man who attacked him and his best friend Kevin Owens. Of course, at Extreme Rules, Baron Corbin did beat Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn managed to get the revenge for Owens last night. He managed to get the revenge for it. Wait a second. Talking of Owens, what is he doing here? Oh my word. Owens, no. What is he doing? What is Owens doing? He's just staring down at Sami Zayn right now. He took him out. He hit his knee. Wait a second. No, he's going for a weapon. And Sami just staring at disbelief, calling to his friend. No. Oh my goodness. Kevin Owens. What does this mean? Kevin Owens taking out his best friend, well, his supposed best friend, with a kendo stick. The WWE Champion was supposed to be having a match here tonight, and Kevin Owens has just decided to take out Sami Zayn instead, taking him down with a kendo stick and now throwing him into the barricade. And oh my goodness, Kevin, no! Spear through the barricade. Oh my goodness, Kevin Owens, this is not okay. This is not how you treat your friends. Why would you be like that? Why would he be going through this? It doesn't make any sense to me. Sami Zayn stuck up for you last week. Sami Zayn's beat Baron Corbin for you after you couldn't do it. And now you're attacking Sami. And again, going back to that kendo stick. Just, you can hear the way it's hitting against Sami Zayn. It is not pleasant in the slightest. And after he speared into that barricade, I wouldn't be surprised if Sami ends that with some broken ribs after this. After this brutal attack from Kevin Owens. And Kevin isn't stopping. He is not stopping in the slightest, it looks like. Wait a second, Kevin's got some kind of idea. Where is he taking Sami? He's putting him inside the ring. Okay, interesting. Oh, and now big boot to the side of the head from Kevin Owens. Kevin, why? Why would you do this, Kevin? This is not okay in the slightest, Kevin. Sami Zayn trying to get back to his feet, but Kevin Owens straight there again. It's difficult to watch. They're supposed to be friends. They're supposed to be best friends, these two. Kevin Owens dropping Sami onto his championship. Wait a second, what is Owens thinking here? Oh, slamming Sami down. Kevin Owens is just not stopping in this. Wait a second, Sami reversing. Sami finally managing to stop Owens, but Sami for some reason not wanting to attack Kevin Owens. I don't think Sami wants to hurt Owens. I don't think he understands what's going on here. Owens is calling for it. Wait a second, what's he calling for? Throwing Sami, but no, Sami managing to avoid it, and then slamming him down. Falcon Arrow Michinoku driver onto that WWE Championship. Oh my goodness, that is pure metal that you just dropped Sami Zayn's head onto. Now taking him again over to those ropes, and what is he going for now? What is he's telling Sami something. I think he was telling Sami this is goodbye. Wait a second. Owens, no, Owens, no. The powerbomb onto the apron on our WWE Champion. Oh my goodness. And Owens picking up that WWE Championship. And just staring down at Sami Zayn. Wait a second, he's leaving with the championships. Kevin Owens leaving with the championship here tonight. And that is all for tonight's broadcast. Thank you very much for joining us. And we'll see you next time.